Alright, so in this video we're going to learn how to write a recursive function to calculate a to the power b, where a and b are whole numbers using a loop. Right? Well, a is not a whole number, a is a natural number. Right? Now, we already know that to calculate 2 to the power 4, we basically multiply 2 4 times. Alright, so using this idea, we can come up with an iterative solution to calculate a to the power b. So we have an iterative program here which calculates a to the power b, and now we're going to convert this to a recursive function. Alright, so let this be here. Let's create a function called, just a second. For some reason this is not staying on top. But yeah, so, okay. Let's create a new class. Let's take the scanner class as input. I'm really sorry, let's import the scanner class. Alright, let's name the class power. Okay, now because the iterative function returns an integer, therefore our recursive function would also return an integer. Right? And then the function should be rec power. Now for the parameters, we will see that the variables outside of the loop or before the loop are a, b, pow, and the loop variable is I. So these 4 variables are going to be the parameter of the recursive function. So int a, int b, int pow, and int I. Okay. Now it's good to mention that a is the base and b is the index. All right. Okay. Now next we have to identify our base condition that we can do by uh, taking a look at our test condition here. So our test condition is I less than equal to b, and the opposite condition or the inverted condition of this is I greater than b. So that's going to be our base case, our base condition, and our base case would have I greater than b. So everything that is after the loop would constitute of the base case. Therefore, this will constitute a base case. Okay. So we will write at the return power. That's it. All right. Now, inside of the recursive case, you would write everything that is within the body of the loop as well as the update condition and update expression. So inside the body of the loop, we have pow equals pow into a, and the update expression is I plus plus. Okay, so we write that pow equals pow into a, and then we would write I plus plus. And then finally, I'm going to call the function to keep this process going. And because it's a recursive function, we need to make a function call. And the function will contain a, b, pow, and I. All right. Now our function is complete, and let's see if this function is correct or not. Let's create the main method to check. Public static void main. Let's create an object of the scanner class. Then we need to create an object of this class to call this method. Power obj new power bracket. Let's take 2 numbers as input. System.out.print. Enter the base. In base equal to stint. Then system.out.print. Enter the index. Okay. Now it's time for a function call, and because the function returns an integer type, therefore the variable in which we are going to store it would be called power, and it would have an integer data type. Now, to call this function, we need to be aware of the initialization values of the parameters. So we see that the parameters pow and I are being initialized with 1, and A and B are basically base and index, the input. Okay? We'll pass in base and then pass an index, and then we will pass it the pow and I's initialization values. Now that we are done, we need to display what the answer is. So system.out.println A or base to the power index results in power. And that's it. Method is complete. Let's run this to check if it's correct or not. So let's say the base is 2 and the index is 4. 2 to the power 4 is 16. Let's check what 3 to the power 2 is. 3 to the power 2 is 9. That's correct. So our program does work. So this was the conversion technique to convert the iterative power program into a recursive power program. Okay. So see you in the next one. Bye for now.